What's up, everybody? So I am back today to talk about a film that was released this year that I'm a little late to the game on checking out. Waited until it came to streaming. I didn't get to see it in the theater, but I was really looking forward to this movie because it was directed by a filmmaker named Riley Stearns, who made a film called The Art of Self-Defense, which I was a really big fan of. Really liked the deadpan nature of the movie. I thought the performances were all really great, and it was just really fun. And so I was at the theater earlier this year and I saw this trailer a few times. And I was immediately captivated by the idea behind it, the way that the performances were delivered, and I look forward to talking about it. And the film I'm going to be discussing today is Duel. Before I get started with the review, if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel, it helps me out a lot. I've been getting a lot of subscribers coming in recently, a lot of views on the videos, and it's been making me really happy to have a conversation with you guys about the movies you like and hearing your perspective on some films that I've been watching recently. I look forward to adding more people into the conversation, and so if you like the content and you're enjoying my videos, subscribe to the channel and like the video. I really appreciate it. Duel is directed by Riley Stearns. A terminally ill woman opts for a cloning procedure to ease her loss on her friends and family. When she makes a miraculous recovery, her attempts to have her clone decommissioned fail and lead to a court-mandated duel to the death. What I really liked about this movie is it's very similar to a filmmaker who I love quite a bit, Yorgos Lanthimos, where Karen Gillan's character in this film, every line of dialogue is delivered so deadpan and like bland, works so well because when there are really expressive emotive parts in the movie, it makes them so much more impactful. Every character in this movie just acts so nonchalant. Even like when the doctor is having the conversation with her about her terminal illness, it is like one of the funniest scenes in the movie, just how the doctor is conveying the information and how it's being conveyed to you as the audience member. We have this story, Karen Gillan's living in this apartment with her boyfriend, and her boyfriend's on a business trip, and what's great is the introduction to her boyfriend's character. She's like on her couch and she's watching porn and she's like about to masturbate, and her boyfriend calls her and is like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Oh, just watching TV." "What are you watching?" And she like glances up and the TV's blank and she's like, "Oh, just some reality show." Camera, you don't see what's on screen, you just hear like the noises of porn in the background. But when the camera cuts to the reverse shot, you see him in like a little like Skype or Zoom call like this big, and then like behind is like what porn she's watching, and the title was so fucking hilarious, and it really sets you up for the rest of the movie and kind of that tone that the movie's going for. In this movie, the cinematography is very bleak. Everything is really desaturated and gross looking, which is similar to Stern's other film, Art of Self-Defense, which I think really adds to this world. Elements of real life that you can feel, but it also feels like this kind of like elated and strange world that feels outside of our own realm of existence. Karen Gillan's at home and she ends up one night just like puking up immense amounts of blood in her bed. So she goes to the doctor and they essentially tell her that she's super sick, but they don't know what's going to happen. They'll have to contact her. Her boyfriend ends up calling her on the phone and telling her that like 5 voicemail messages because she accidentally left his number instead of hers, and that she's terminally ill and that she's going to die. And so in this world, we were introduced at the beginning of the film to this huge combat sequence where you see these two people who are clones fighting to the death. And you don't really know what's going on. And you're explained in the movie that when you get sick or you're about to die, that you can get yourself cloned and you can live with the clone up until you die to kind of tell the clone how you lived, your interests, what you like, what you enjoy doing. Die, your family doesn't have to live with that loss of you being gone. And so Karen Gillan gets the clone, and what's really interesting is the clone seems to have a completely opposite perspective on life than Karen Gillan's character. Likes different food, likes to approach things differently, and so they kind of butt heads, and you jump forward, I think it's like 10 months, to where the clone has literally taken over Karen Gillan's life to where she's not dead yet. And the clone is like going on dates with her boyfriend, spending time with her mother, doing everything that Karen Gillan should be still doing while she's still alive. She goes back to the doctor for the checkup. Doctor says, "We can't even believe that this happened. You've been miraculously cured." She leaves and she goes to the place to get her clone decommissioned. Well, she finds out that the clones can file a lawsuit to where you have to fight to the death, and whoever wins gets to continue to live the life for that person. And so the movie takes off to where Karen Gillan goes to Aaron Paul, who is training people to fight in these duels to the death. And she tries to train herself and get herself prepared to fight her clone. Obviously, this movie has a really ridiculous premise. What makes it so entertaining and engaging is that deadpan delivery of the dialogue. And Karen Gillan is pitch perfect in this movie. She is so believable in this character role. She's hysterical. And the way that she interacts with her family, like her mother, she's had a horrible relationship with her mom. Her mom seems really like overbearing and absurd. Of course, when she gets cloned, the clone wants to do nothing but spend time with the mother and like is overbearing about it. But later on, the clone starts to realize why Karen Gillan is so reluctant to want to be around the mom. The character dynamics in this film is what makes it so fascinating to watch. And the interactions between these people and how they operate. Really, it's so funny. And then when she's introduced to Aaron Paul as the trainer, he is so fantastic in this film. He gives a really great performance, and their dynamic together is really wonderful as well. I don't want to give too many plot points away because I feel like the third act of this film has a great twist that really surprised me, and I really appreciated it quite a bit. And it was just a fun ride. Very dark. The movie gets very violent at times. But if you're into like a Yorgos Lanthimos style dark comedy, or you like the films of Wes Anderson, things that are relatively deadpan and dark, this movie is 100% for you. I'm surprised more people didn't love this. This is a type of movie that is right up my alley. It was fun. It was hilarious. It was dark. It had a really interesting perspective on putting yourself in this situation and like your identity and how you go about living your life and not taking for granted like the moments that you have on this earth. And it was really just a wild experience. And this makes me excited to watch what's to come from Riley Stearns because I really love the art of self-defense, and this makes me look forward to seeing whatever Riley makes next. Have you seen Duel? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought. I thought this movie was hysterical. I thought it was so well acted and just one of my favorite films of the year. As always, if you'd like the video and subscribe to the channel, it helps me out a lot and lets me know the type of content you're looking for. I'm always putting out new material and look forward to getting more out in the near future. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.